The education system in Bhutan has expanded significantly. With only 11 schools in 1961, the number has rapidly increased to about 700 today. Student enrollment has also seen a significant rise from just 400 to more than 200,000 currently. With the expansion of education system brought about new challenges, namely declining quality of education, increasing school dropouts and more students not getting access to co-curricular activities. Concerned, the government came up with an idea to restructure the school system, and that was when the concept of central school was born in 2014. Called as a first-track intervention on the part of the government to address the challenges and concerns, some existing schools were identified as central schools, while new ones also began to come up with an unprecedented pace, and in less than 2 years' time, Bhutan got a total of 51 central schools, with some more in the pipeline in the coming years. As the central schools came into operation, they came under heavy criticism and were discussed at great length in the parliament.
Government is making a huge investment in avenues such as providing free school uniform, free bedding, free boarding facilities, etc. that have little to do with enhancing the quality of education, but would incur huge cost to the government in the long run. So the primary question is then, would we achieve quality of education by making investment in areas that has little to do with enhancing quality of education? So therefore, while NC do not doubt the sincerity in the intention of government to bring about school reform in education system, but we are afraid that government is making wrong investment. We feel that government should focus on core areas that has direct bearing on the quality of education, such as attracting best candidate to go for teacher training, retaining best teacher in the system, equipping our teachers with the right curriculum, with the right skill, enhancing their professional development, making investment in right infrastructure, and making the school environment conducive for both teacher as well as students. And in these sophisticated areas which will definitely bring about changes and enhance the quality of education.
Among the 51 central schools we have today across the country, Wangbama Central School in Thimphu District is one of new and initially established central schools in the country. There are about 400 students already enrolled, even as infrastructure building continues at the school. It is in order to resolve admission pressure in schools, as hundreds of thousands of students remain without getting admission in schools. While the teachers and students at the school do agree that the school, even if incomplete, is proving to be beneficial, they wish the infrastructure building works were complete. To understand the situation, a team from Bhutan Broadcasting Service Corporation visited the Wangbama Central School, once on a dry day and another time on a rainy day. It is summertime, and this is what becomes of at the Wangbama Central School campus on a rainy day. Unless the students stay indoors, the entire school area becomes muddy, making it difficult for them to even get to classrooms and dining hall. To prevent the shoes from getting dirty, the students have come up with an idea to lay stones on walkways they often use. Monsoon is more problematic for the teachers as they have to drive to school along the muddy road every day. Cars just cannot be driven along this dangerous road. The teachers park their cars here and walk to school. The road condition is very bad, but this teacher is risking to walk along the usual road because it is easier for him to get to the school, whereas the other teachers are not as brave as him, so they take a different route for safety reasons. It's been a nightmare for Yanka, but tries to wear a smile on seeing us. How he wishes the rainy season was over.
Te nam kam da chap chap da chmi dai sunila te nga ya tare da tuchu di chap chap bebe nga charagi thonsa imbe te katilo e da sa ru chep da lo.
Traveling in summer is not like in winter. All of us know what happened this summer because of heavy rainfall. There had been landslides and roadblocks and falling boulders everywhere. Bridges were washed away. All this make you worry. When you travel every day, there is risk of getting into an accident. What if anything happens to me? I have to live in constant fear of either falling boulders crushing my car or getting buried under a landslide. Last time, when parents came to drop their kids off at school after midterm break, a car went off the road. It was a Hilux. The falling car hit an Alto which was parked on the road below. I really fear such kind of mishap would happen to me as well.
Phamdisu alu kya omda te nga chenalo gari boturi sila. Tani Hilux chi ale boturi ma centro tani alto chu chap te ani zumbe kengil mithungas no di chagin nam sami yula.
We also happened to meet a parent in a very foul mood. He had come to drop his son off at school from the hospital.
The central school sutul ngachigi samchabajin the school disu lashe yebe gi burna lube the lube disu phasu chendi beru tab ditu to ngacha alu disu yadama jodi beru tab ditu chi umres no dibe te ngachai.
I thought that central school would be centrally located among many schools at the convenience of both teachers and students. I brought my son here with that hope, but looking at the current condition, it is not. My son is sick and it is not easy even to take him to the hospital. I am not sure how the situation is at other times. Maybe it happened on a rainy day. Forget about car. It is difficult for even pedestrian to get through muddy and slippery road. If you really think, I feel central schools are meant for rich, because in this poor road condition, you have to drive either a Land Cruiser, Prado or a Bolero to get to the school. For the poor, the school is not within reach. I suggest in future the government takes some conscious decision. When I say this, I am not questioning the government's initiative. It is just my frank and honest opinion on what I have seen.
Jungebe te ditonu tab diungma du zonu se shumin te di atsi ngajara nyatang thomidi te basu meba sedi te aniwe shu inse shunila.
The road leading to Wangbama Central School is indeed in a very bad shape and it is urgently in need of blacktopping, but it will have to wait for some reasons. Above the school, about 10 minutes drive, in a place called Ginikha, road maintenance and blacktopping works have begun. Hearing the news, the teachers were excited to have a smooth ride on the road, but only to be disappointed.
Te da lobdar gina lo chim toto lalu matrove lalu chi toro chapni ki dunkhai do wala ta ani bebe da lo lamdi hemale lijimbe zoda wa.
Infrastructure building is still going on and some are yet to begin. We heard that if the road is blacktopped before the constructions are complete, heavy vehicles carrying construction materials would damage. Infrastructure building is still going on and some are yet to begin. We heard that if the road is blacktopped before the constructions are complete, heavy vehicles carrying construction materials would damage it. When left as it is giving problem to all of us. I feel the road to the school should be maintained. While I do share the concern that it will be more expensive if the road is built right now, but it will help us if we can get the road at the earliest. The school is not properly settled since it was open only last year. After building a road and greening is done, things might improve, but at the moment it is not convenient from any aspect.
During the monsoon, it's muddy, and in the dry season, it's windy and dusty. Maybe the school is built on a hilltop. Strong wind starts to blow from 10 a.m. until the classes are over in the evening. The teachers here say because of the dust and wind, they are forced to stay indoors most of the time. For the students, they have no choice but to brave the wind and dust to go and have lunch. That is why most of the students are seen wearing masks. They told me they even fall sick. In addition to that, they experience water shortage very frequently.
Mapa ngacharai lobdena pechagi thega beojin namsame kangel je ukane mi sunila te chora chui kangel di sunila.
At the school, there is no problem when it comes to studies, but we have water problem. There is enough water at the source. The problem is with the supply system. If the pipelines could be replaced, it would be of help to us. Water shortage is giving a lot of trouble to our cooks. The cooks are worried from where to fetch water and cook food for us. Another issue is, as our school is newly built and the building works are still not complete, would be grateful if the building works are done soon.
Both are having problems because if they stop constructing, then they may not finish their work on time, and if they continue also, and we are also having problems. But during exams, I think they may stop doing that.
Except for the problems the students share with us, otherwise everything is provided free for them.
I feel very lucky and blessed to be a student of Central School because we get everything that we need for studying day-to-day life studying. So we get all the book, stationery stuffs, and school uniforms, shoes, and slippers, bathroom slippers, and we get all the needy things that we need. And I feel that it is really benefiting my parents and even myself. And this, our minds are not getting diverted thinking about the clothings and the books. We get everything that we need.
The students here at the Wangbama Central School get everything, starting from shoes and uniform to stationery, blanket and mattress, and even plates and mugs.
We as a society have come a long way from a time where our parents, grandparents used to use all the trick in the hat to not send their children to the school, to a time where we as a parents now do not mind spending major portion of our earning in providing good education to our children. So in short, what I'm trying to say is that there are few parents today who can not afford those basic amenities for our school going children. Perhaps maybe in the rural pockets there are not maybe but there are in the rural areas school children who have to walk for hours and days to get to school. Parents cannot afford a proper meal in a day for the students. Students have to study in a dilapidated classroom and sleep in the makeshift camps built by their parents as hostels. And it is in these schools and for those students, government's intervention in these areas would really help and bring a greater change in their life. But the current center school seem to provide more for those students who need less or least intervention from the government in this front.
Not many people live in this village. Most of the students studying here are from Kujichen, Khazrapchu and Jamgang. It will be more convenient if they are at their former schools. Here they are having problem in the dust and mud. When the school opened, it was not established at all. Last year, most of the time was spent on repair works. I'm not sure how the school is benefiting. Of course, it is of some help to students. For teachers is a problem because of lack of housing facilities. Most of them have to travel all the way from Thimphu.
The teachers here do not mean to say they are not happy to see the students benefit from the Central School project, but say their difficulties need to be looked into as well. The major cause of problem for the teachers here is lack of enough teachers' quarters. There is only one 4-unit quarter and they are already occupied. Therefore, Most of them have to travel from very far. We saw some of them traveling to the school, which is in the south, from as far as Dichichuling in the north. It is Yanka, and he is the one who travels the longest distance among the teachers. He drives 72 kilometers in total every day, 36 from home to school and another 36 kilometers from school to home. Yanka begins his journey to school as early as 7 a.m. He will not go straight to school. He has to stop at Changsamto, park his car there and hitch a ride to school in his colleague's car. Another stop at Barbisa to be joined by a colleague. Because of long distance and poor road condition, the teachers have made an arrangement among themselves to take turns to drive their cars. Otherwise, it is not only expensive, the rough roads are causing damage to their cars. The road is good only at this point. From here, it's uphill along a rough road until the point you get to the school. And finally, after a long 1-hour drive, Yanka arrives at school situated high on a hill overlooking the Wangbama village. It's been a long drive for Yanka. But he has to rush for morning assembly as soon as he arrives at school. Then follows his regular job to teach. It must have been very exhausting for him.
Tandrin, do you know why elements combine together? Ngi amsudi nga male ngachina hibdate ngachini shiril hankana lete na zongkhana lo neso nalta isunila.
After my wife and I returned after studies, the Minister of Education sent me to this school. Actually, we were hopeful of sending us to a same school and even went to ask for the same. I teach chemistry and biology. The school here had teacher shortage in these subjects, whereas I was not required in the school where my wife teaches, so I had no choice but to come here. My wife has to travel to the north and I the south. I wish I get somewhere nearby because I have 3 children. One of them is in Deshincholing and the other 2 in Kunzukchen school. When I have to travel long distance, there is a problem. When I get home at night, I am completely exhausted and not able to help them even if I want to.
Simdi mapa daya bolhachi thopsuwajin gajimsawajin nga alusum miyula te alusum nale aluchi ma dishuli lutado.
There are a total of 36 employees at the Wangbama Central School, 25 teachers and 11 support staff. Like Yanka, while some teachers have landed at the school while on the transfer request from outside Thimphu district, others have been sent after their return from further studies from outside Bhutan. I did not meet any teacher who had served in schools under Thimphu district before. With only 25 teachers, they are already faced with acute housing problem. New academic buildings are being built to take in more students, which means the school will have to get additional teachers. Given the situation, housing shortage for teachers is likely to become worse.
Nearby the chimso so this private house this year which bolo khali pha teachers this gideong bala ani bachin namsim traveling mingo be bala so traveling mongo be tenga chi like
I feel the problems could be solved if there were private houses nearby, school campus or staff quarters. The teachers will not have to travel and the time spent in traveling can be used for instructional preparation. Besides, if the road could be maintained, I'm sure Wangbama Central School will become an attraction for other teachers too.
Maintain Beijing bachin like black topping chi Beijing bachin di namsam kadin chini melani.
Unfortunately, teachers getting housing facility within the school campus is not in the planned activities. The central schools are being built with funds provided by the Government of India. Firstly, the funds are not enough, and the other reason why the government is not building houses for teachers is to encourage the locals in order to boost the economy. However, the locals do not seem to have the potential to build houses. On repeated request, the school authorities have managed to secure some funds, about 2.4 million Newton. They say it is not enough to build proper houses for teachers. The students would also prefer the teachers to be on school campus.
The GD ngachari lobdana lopinsu gara ngachari lobde thagona desuachin deshimoni mesunela.
If teachers are around, we can ask our doubts. When we study, we always have doubts, so we want them near us to clarify. So we would like to have teachers on school campus.
The
difficulty that the students face during dry season and likewise during monsoon will be solved once the ongoing construction works are complete. Blowing wind and dust on the school campus will be reduced after plants and grasses are grown on the bare and dark soils. The school is also to get a road, but with the current situation, it is unlikely that the teachers will get housing facility within the school campus.
Definitely, the school environment has to be conducive both for teacher as well as for the students. And if the school environment is not right, then the students' learning enthusiasm will not be there, as well as teacher may not have that enthusiasm, and the condition will not be, the environment will not be conducive for teachers to, to teach. So I think the school environment matters a lot. So be it government or the private, I think first of all the basic amenities, the infrastructure should be in place, and then only the teachers, the learning environment will become better both for teacher as well as for the students.